Pat, a 4-3 win here at the SB Stadium against Bracknell Town. How good was that?
Yeah, it was a hell of a game. Hell of a game for neutral. Not so good for our heart rate, I don't think. But you know what? Well deserved. I think it would have been a bit unjust had we not won today. I thought to a man the boys were excellent. When you talk about a bounce back performance from Tuesday night, I thought we saw it today. I thought the lads were on it. I thought they were intense. I thought there was loads of energy. We said to them about being braver to pass the ball. I thought we passed the ball really nicely today. I thought there was times where we cut Bracknell open. We had a numerous amount of chances. Yeah, so it was, from our point, really pleasing. I think one thing we need to do better is we need to defend our box better. I think we need to get out to crosses quicker. But you know what, I'd also say for Staunce and Corey, they've had to play every single game 90 minutes. They're both carrying knocks and injuries, and Staunce has been ill, and they keep soldiering through, and they're giving us everything. And I thought we defended well at times, but I think as a team we need to be able to defend direct play better. We need to cover better. We need to get out to crosses, like I said. But yeah, you can only really be really positive about the lads and everything they did today, because we've come to a team that I think many have got favourites for the league. They've got half their team from the league above, and I thought we came here and we were the better team by a fair distance.
Especially following the defeat on Tuesday to show them, I think this is going to pay the fans back today.
I think so. I think it's important to, sort of said on Tuesday as well, to not be too high and not be too low when you win and when you lose. And sometimes that's very difficult with the emotion of the game. But we were obviously nowhere near it on Tuesday night, which is a real rarity for this group. We were aware of that. And we just needed to make it right today, and that might not necessarily have been with an unbelievable win like it was today. It might have just been like a real gritty performance where we showed a lot of character, but we had to put it right in some way today, and the way that we did it was obviously perfect, really. We need to make sure we've got the right mentality week in, week out. We dropped off on Tuesday. We had an off day, and we really put it right today. And I think it's credit not only to the boys that are on the pitch. There's a few lads who didn't get on today who probably deserved to be in the team. Diaz especially being one of them, who probably actually deserved to start the game today. And the subs that came on were also outstanding. I think the attitude of the group was really good today to a man. So really pleased with that as well.
Two things to touch on. Shaq obviously getting his hat-trick out there today, and that Adam Park's penalty save right at the death to secure the 3 points.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, do you know what? I think if anyone deserves to get a hat-trick, it's Shaq. He works tirelessly. I thought, whilst we were poor Tuesday, I thought he actually had a really good game. The amount of work he puts in selflessly for the team, out of possession and in possession, the way he runs beyond, he deserves his goals. And I think IK also got his first goal today. I thought it's the best game he's had for us. I thought he looked confident, and again, he's another one who you don't have to ask him. He's going to run for you, he's going to track back, he's going to do all of his defensive work. But I thought he was ruthless going forward, and yeah, you obviously have to give Parksy a shout out, because it's a great penalty save, and then he's got the rebound, the follow-up as well. And yeah, I think sometimes you need moments to go your way, especially when you feel like you've deserved the win. Doesn't always happen for you. Today it did. So it's important that we take the momentum from this, but we also brush up on those areas that we need to be better at. But we think we saw a lot of positives today. I really liked our performance overall. And I think the fans that came to Shonan on Tuesday night and felt a bit disappointed were probably repaid today in, the spectacle, but also the way the lads played.
We'll probably touch on the fans quite a lot this season, just how good they are. But after Tuesday's performance, then come out in their numbers again today and witness a great game of football, and they've got us through the game, didn't they?
Absolutely. I think it's something that we noticed very early after joining the club. When we were in a real difficult spot late last season, and the support that the team gets here is outstanding week in, week out. And you're right, we let them down on Tuesday, but I do think they have an understanding that this group is maybe not like groups that have been here in the past. This is a group that's really fighting for the badge, really running and working and trying for the club, and I think that was reflected. Yeah, we had a bad night Tuesday. We knew we had to make up to them today in some form, and we're really pleased with that. I think we get amazing, obviously, home support, but the away fans are so good. I think when we were attacking that end in the second half, it was almost like they were dragging the ball towards the goal, and they were making so much noise. So we really appreciate it, and it does give you a lift and it gets you through difficult days like today.
And finally, Pat, it'd be quite tough to move on from today's game, but at least we've got a week's break now until the Evesham game next Saturday back at home.
Yeah, do you know what? We have to really look after the lads this week because whilst we feel a really good squad, we've actually got a very small squad. There was no first team players left out of the squad today. So that tells you if we get 1 or 2 injuries, we're not filling the bench. So it's important that the lads they're looked after. There's some bits that we need to look at this week. But going into what will be a tough bank holiday, I think Evesham, correct me if I'm wrong, went and beat Weymouth 3-1 in the first game. So they've obviously come up and they're going to have a lot about them. And then we've got to then travel to Plymouth on the Monday. So we have to be mentally ready, physically ready. But I think the lads deserve all the plaudits and praise they get from today's performance.